Right.
What kind of services?
All right, let's move on, gentlemen. State of the nation here, and we go to matters corruption. Of course, it is something that we've also touched on just a little bit when you're reviewing the newspaper. And matters corruption, Honorable Mabonga, it has been something that has seen the Deputy President and the President seem not to be reading from the same script. And you've seen also MPs allied to Honorable Raila Odinga attack the Deputy President. MPs allied to Deputy President attack the President, the office of the presidency. And it looks like it's also affecting the affairs of Jubilee Party.
I'm not a member of any of those parties yet. I'm an independent member of parliament. But what I would like to say is that, okay, members of different camps that have shown that indeed their person is being victimized. Maybe the president, maybe the deputy president. But the president himself and the deputy, I see them speaking almost one language when it comes to corruption. And even Honorable Raila Odinga. It's us MPs maybe who do not understand what is happening around that type of power. But what I want to say is this, let's be honest with ourselves. Absolutely honest when we are discussing corruption. Because corruption is a very bad vice. It's a culture that has been developed in this country. And if you are dealing with a culture that has been developed for some time, you gradually have to fix it. And what my brother has just said, that a judge sits on one file for 1 week or 2 weeks and completes that. That is what should be done. If we can have those few cases being fixed, let me tell you, it will send a message to the rest of the people who are actually planning to do the same.
But why? And, but my question is, Honorable Mabonga, why should corruption be used as a defense for succession politics for 2022?
That is what I'm saying. When you leave people to speculate what is happening, for a long time, you are not telling us exactly what you've done for the last 1 month. That is where the problem is coming in. And a politician will always have something to say anyway.
Okay.
So what we need to do is proper briefing and updating of the public on matters of corruption. If it's the dams, the same, I was looking actually, like if I may give an example of the dams. The same thing that was used at SGR is the same thing that was used at the dams. First of all, we need to know the money that was wired even before the contract began, was it within the law? If it's yes, fine. The money that trickled back into the accounts of people, was it within the law? No. If those were kickbacks, up to now, we should be knowing.
Okay.
And the DCI and the anti-corruption agents could have at least by now fixed somebody. This noise you will not hear of it.
Okay, and Honorable Kaluma, I mean, the same question I've asked Honorable Mabonga, why use corruption as candles for 2022 succession politics? Because we've also seen members of ODM party and members of parliament attacking the deputy president using corruption allegations as a way of trying to block him.
I'm one person who believes we should not politicize or, tribalize the fight against corruption. But there is a way in which the deputy president has been, plunging headlong into, every mentioned corruption. If you review your media, publications, look at when Galana Kulalu was being, discussed. He goes ahead and says it is not 15 billion, it is far less. If you look at this dam issue, I mean, you remember the State of the Judiciary address. He goes there uninvited and he says, oh, this thing is only 7 billion. It is not 21. The context, therefore, in which we went in as, ODM, if I may say so, was to tell him, keep off. Let the institutions undertaking investigations, whether they be ESCC, whether they be, the DCI, to continue with the investigations. And so we were saying, if you have any information that can inform the ongoing investigations, take it to DCI, take it to ESCC, but don't intervene, because that way you leverage, your political office, and it becomes politicized, it will be ethnicized, and that is what we don't want.
All right.
If you want to fight corruption, have strong institutions do it, and respect them and respect their independence to do it. And then you will succeed.
I think what's happening is that the coming together of the various parties that formed Jubilee as a coalition initially and then as a party, I think the impetus and the glue that holds them together is actually corruption. So now when you try to remove that glue, you are going to have problems. And I will quote my party leader, although in a different context, that the fight against corruption is going to be noisy, messy, and there will be casualties.
So you're just saying what? NASA core principle.